What symbols as a component of cultures?
What symbols as a component of cultures? Sir, can't hear
Yes,
you.
yes, 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 yes.
Okay.
Symbols, what is it?
The symbols like the emblems and figures that shape the culture.
Okay, if I ask you, for example, to define or to tell me what's a symbol, what are you gonna tell me? By the way, the definition of symbol is very easy.
An emblem, I guess.
Emblem.
Yeah.
A representation of something.
Yes, Hamza. Yes, Leo.
Represent another thing.
Thank you. In fact, guys, the easiest definition you're gonna see in your whole life. Simple is something that represents something else. I think you can't find an easier definition than this one. It's anything, a finger, anything that represents something else. It's only a finger, but it's gonna represent fine or it's okay. They are only two fingers, but it's gonna represent victory sign and so on. So a symbol is something that represents something else. So technology, symbols, and of course the way of communication, how the people are communicating with each other in a single culture will be language. Value. Amr, do you remember what's a value? Amr.
Yes, Mr.
Do you remember, Amr, what's a value?
Value? No, Mr.
Okay, Amjad.
Yes, it's a shared value about what's right and wrong.
Thank you very much. It's a shared belief. Keep in your mind that this belief can be right or wrong, can be good or bad. We are not judging cultures. We are not judging the people here. We are simply defining the components of cultures. Okay? It's a belief. A belief. If it is shared among the people, it is going to mean it's a value. Either this belief can be right or wrong, good or bad. It's not our issue. It's a different topic. But once it's shared, it's a value. And the last component of cultures, and I have already told you that it's the most important term in sociology. Who's gonna give me a hint?
Norms.
Norms, exactly. Norms. So what's a norm? Do you have any idea? What's a norm? Do you
What
know
people
Mustafa?
expect you to do in the society.
Thank you, Hamza. Expect,
Expected
yes,
behavior.
Mustafa? Expected behavior. Thank you very much, Mustafa. Expected behavior, not the actual one. Like the example that I already told you a lot. Once you enter a building and you're gonna see all of the people standing on the line. So the expected behavior to join them in the line. But maybe in the real life, some of them will not follow the norm, will not stand in the line. So norm is the expected behavior, not the actual one. So five components of cultures: technology, language, symbols, value, and norm. Okay, so regardless of the time and regardless of the place of the society we are examining, all the human beings share some kind of common interests or basic needs in order to survive. Of course, they want to eat, they want to drink, and they want to bury their beloved ones. Of course, because they have one value. All of the humankind had a shared belief, have one value. They wanna survive, the survival of the humankind. Okay? So what's make a culture unique? The 5 components. Its norms, its language, its symbols, its values, and so on. Okay? But what are the rules that shaping the cultures? For example, how I can say that the American culture is superior than the Indian one? Who will simply classify the cultures? Or do you think that both of them are the same? The American and the Indian one?
The people are must define the culture.
The people within the same culture or the outsiders?
And the same culture.
The same culture. So why not trying to make my culture the best one in the world?
Because
For example,
people have different points.
but let me
They
tell
will
you
not
something.
they will not accept the culture of us easily.
So the others, you said that the others will not accept my culture, right? So I, for example, I accepted their culture. Let me tell you an example, okay? You wanna go out to have a meal with one of your friends. Why, for example, you will go for McDonald's or you will go to Pizza Hut, and keep in your mind that you have other alternatives, national alternatives, not only one.
Because we all collected our thoughts كده and we said we will take this one.
Because of the superiority of cultures. Why you will go to KFC, for example?
Better chicken مثلا.
Better chicken?
Because it's known, it has its prestige. It's known for its products for many years.
Exactly, because of the propaganda, because of the media, because of the superiority of cultures. Okay? If you have, let's suppose, let's imagine a situation here. If you're gonna find another branch, another fast food branch, but it was an Indian one, not an American one, which one you will choose, the Indian or the American?
The American.
Of course, logically, you will go with the American one because of the superiority of cultures, regardless of the difference of the different traditions all over the world. Like, for example, in Japan, the norm over there is to slurp your noodles loudly. If you're gonna do this norm here in our society, what do you think the people will,
They will look at you disgust.
they will look down at you? What are you doing? Right? This is rudeness. In Sri Lanka, for example, in Sri Lanka, and I think I have already told you this example before while talking about symbols in the previous lesson. Of course, in our society, in our culture, if you're gonna shake your head from left to right, this gonna mean
No.
no. But over there in their tradition, in their culture, it's yes. Of course, two opposite meanings. Okay? In China, you are only allowed to have one baby. So this is gonna mean that the government will kill the second baby if you have two children. Do you think the government will take the other one from you?
No, but the government will only support one child and they give the one child only the benefits of the
They're
government.
fine.
Exactly.
You will pay him.
You will pay for his education. You will pay for his medical care. Nothing is free. If you want to get the human rights, for example, from their point of view, and of course, the human rights guys will be different from one location to another. So, for example, there are some unified human rights like free education, free health care, and so on. So, for free education, for example, the government over there in China will support you in order to educate your first-born baby. If you want to have a second child, no problem. But you will pay for his education. You will pay for his medical care. Nothing is free. Yes, Leo.
I need to correct it because I think this news is old. In China right now, the government actually support your second birth, so they want more baby from you.
So why do you think they established the law of having one baby from the first place?
Because too many population and don't have enough food.
Yes, because of the overpopulation. And I think the issue nowadays in China, but it's not applicable to say it to you inside a classroom, because people over there, in order to be busy with their occupations, they lost their interest in marriage itself. They lost their desire of even establishing a family. Their own interest was simply to work. And it's not our issue here. In Spain, everyone keep in your mind, guys, that the book we are studying was printed 7 years ago. Okay, so of course, there was some development happened in the real world. In Spain, everyone takes a short nap in the early afternoon. So this is the norm. But keep in your mind, guys, that it's the expected behavior, not the actual one. So this will not mean that every single human being over there in Spain will take this nap in the afternoon, right? Can you give me another example of norms all over the world? Like, for example, to have a special beverage after eating or after having a meal. Of course, it differs. Yes?
So I would say in Saudi Arabia, like Saudi people always say, drink al-shahi, يعني اللي هو I guess it's tea or coffee, اللي هو Saudi Arabian coffee. So that's a norm in Saudi Arabia.
Yes, of course, Arabian coffee, in fact, in all of the Gulf area. Yes. So what do you think about another norm? From any place all over the world, by the way. Nothing?
No idea, mister.
Okay. For example, let me tell you something. In Egypt, for example, they depended on bread. Okay. While here in Saudi Arabia, they depended on rice, not on bread. Anything else?
Yes, Mr. For example, in East Asian cultures, for example, like Korea or Japan, if there is a certain time for a meeting, you're expected to arrive earlier by 5 or 10 minutes.
In order to show responsibility. And over there in Japan, I think it's from the protocol, or not the protocol, from the etiquette, it's gonna be considered as an insult if you're gonna pass your business card with a single hand to your opponent. Yes, it should, or not it should, it must be within your both hands, not with a single hand. Because if you're gonna pass your business card with a single hand, the other party can consider it as an insult. You should pass it as some kind of a gift. You should give it to him by using your both hands. Yes, Leo.
saw this one in Japan, like when you're eating food, before you eating it, you have to say something, respect to the food, something like that, and then you start to eat in Japan. So I would say like, I'm going to eat now, and then you start to eat. But in other country,
Some kind like a prayer before or a supplication before having the meal.
yes.
I think I saw it a lot in movies to thank God for this meal. Yes. Who else, guys? Who have the chance to travel abroad? No
Me.
one? Have you noticed anything, Hamza?
هو
No.
والله يعني I didn't focus. I didn't focus.
Why? يعني
But
it's
for
your
example,
chance.
I went to Germany. For example, the weather there is too cold. We are used to wearing. When we were there, we were used to wearing 50 jackets, for example. While wearing like a cut T-shirt. They are used to the coldness.
You didn't notice the norm over there, Hamza, that at 9 p.m. or 8 p.m.
of course ماشي ما
every
ده في
single
كل
shop is
ما ده في كل حتة.
No one walks in the street.
yes, only the nightclubs or bars are open, and all
restaurants.
the economic activity is simply done by 8 or even 9 p.m. Only in the weekends they can simply stay for a couple of hours. Who else? No one? So, what I need you to know, try to answer this question. How cultures can be so different when all humans have the same basic needs? What are the basic needs? Yes, what are the basic needs in order to make it clear? The basic needs that you want to eat, drink, and bury your beloved ones.
Okay, sir, but obviously cultures would be different because it's like some يعني مثلا America, it has different like climate and types of food and animals different than Saudi Arabia. It's like every place has its own culture according to the way they live in it.
Eating in general is the same in all of the cultures all over the world. All the people want to eat, want to drink, want to establish their families, and to bury your beloved ones. Okay? Regardless of the quality of the food, regardless of the food you are eating, maybe in other places in the world they are eating insects, no problem. It's up to them. They are eating some animals, but of course, accredited to China. We are staying at home right now, but it's not our issue. Food in general is one of the shared values, one of the values of cultures. But why do you think the cultures are different? Of course, the culture will simply satisfy the basic needs of the people. But why do you think cultures are different? Ayham had said that according to the location, according to the place of the country, this is your point of view, Ayham, or it's only the quality or the kind of food they are eating?
No, not the kind of food they must. It's the place that they live. Yani, I meant by food in like America, they have a lot of stuff they can eat. But in Saudi Arabia, we don't have the animals that America have. And in culture as well, like America has rain and snow and stuff. We only have like a desert. So like our culture would be much more different in many ways.
Yes, because if you use the, yes, Leo, I'm coming to you in just a second. Because simply if you are living in a city next to the beach, if you want to go out, you will simply go to the beach. That's it. And if you are living in the middle of the desert, you will go camping in the desert, for example. Okay, Leo.
is
Yes.
easy to understand. Like answer this question because different culture have different language, different technology, different value, different norm, different simple. That's all. Like the 5 element of social structure. That's what you were saying before.
In fact, it's a point of view. It's a point of view, Leo. All the cultures all over the world, guys, are not the same. Because simply, if you're gonna divide the term culture to the 5 components, you're gonna find out that they are not the same. Different language, different symbols, okay? Different values, different norms, and so on. Please try to go deeper a little bit. Leo, I like your way of thinking. Yes, you have already answered the question. Guys, I said at the beginning of the lesson, and I said the last week, components of culture. In order to use the term culture, there are 5 components, there are 5 conditions. Got it? Different symbols, like the example here mentioned, shaking your head from left to right. In our society, it's no. Over there in different cultures, it's yes. What's considered to be rudeness here in our culture, it's a norm in other places. Here, to have a lot of children, no problem. If you are wealthy enough and you are able of supporting them, why not when you have lot of children, as much as you can support, no problem. Got the issue here? Guys, sleepy.
Yes.
We are still at the beginning of the week.
Yes.
It's your exams week. My dear listeners,
Don't worry يا مستر نركز.
We are with you, Mr.
hopefully, hopefully, you will get your full marks, inshallah. So guys, you have 3 minutes left in the lesson, okay? No problem. Your 3 free